Hello and welcome to Rolling with Reviews. I'm Will, and with me as always is the one who drinks Cosmos when she controls empires.
Sarah.
And today we're doing a review of Cosmos Empires. Now if you're curious about our two-player perspective and accessibility, check out our other video, Rolling with Two Cosmos Empires. Sarah, tell us a bit about this game.
All right. Cosmos Empire is a tableau building card game where players rush to have a target number of production at the end of the game, or to end the game. Each turn, the active player rolls the dice and all players gain production from their cards. Then use your actions to either manipulate the roll, build a card, or cycle the pool of cards. Players need to find synergies among their cards to create the most powerful empire and rule the cosmos. All right, Will, so why did we get this?
Well, you found it on Board Game Arena.
Yes.
And this is a free
Yes, this is a free-to-play game.
So we definitely recommend that if this sounds interesting, check it out there first.
Yes.
But we liked it so much that the Kickstarter was up for a reprinting of the base game and its expansion.
A new expansion, yes.
So we backed for both and got it.
And here we are. So what do we like about the game? Well, it moves fast. I mean,
Yes.
It's so smooth playing. It's just so enjoyable.
Yeah, we have other games that are like it. Card Kingdoms of Valeria. We also tried Space Base.
Yes.
Games like that where you roll, everybody gets something, and then the active player
Takes their turn.
takes their turn to help build out their tableau.
Right.
This does it in a much tighter, much quicker package.
Right, exactly, because it's this tiny little box, and it plays in 15 minutes. I mean, most of the games are real fast.
Yes.
Because it's not overly complex, and it's very streamlined, and it's a lot of fun, and it's not hard.
And it still packs in all that excitement from the games we like without having all that overhead of setting up. And because especially like Card Kingdoms of Valeria, you're like creating umpteen amounts of stacks.
Yeah, it takes
cards.
a bit to set up, and it is longer to play. Comparatively, you want a game that takes a long time to set up to also be long playing, or it doesn't feel worth it. But this, you just shuffle the cards and literally away you go.
Yeah, it's shuffle, put out 10 cards, give people 8 money, and you're ready to play.
Yep. So it's just really good that aspects.
Yeah.
All right, so what we don't like about the game. It lacks variety. That is its biggest downside. There are only 16 unique cards, and they're not equally distributed. I found that out when I was preparing for this and taking pictures.
Yeah, because there's 3 major groups. There's the mechs.
It's just mechs, yeah.
There's the bios, and then there's spirit. And we thought, oh, well, these are the 3 factions, and they're all equally distributed. So it's not even close.
Yeah, I think there were 3 unique bios, 3 unique spirits.
And 10 unique mechs.
And then most of the deck was the mechs because of that. Because I want to say there was 11 or 12 of each of the spirit and bios or something like that.
It was 17 bios, 15 spirit.
Yeah.
And then the rest were mechs, and this is
like an 84 card.
84 cards, so
yeah,
2/3 of the deck is
But
mechs.
the thing is, that's not a bad thing. It's just not what we were expecting. Because like I said, the game is still really fast and fun and focused. It's just you don't want to play the game too many times in a row, except that you want to play the game
too many times
in a row. So you have to balance your desire to just keep playing against you don't want to burn out on this game. So that's kind of the bad side with just this core game is play a couple of rounds and then put it away and maybe wait a couple of days before you play again. But the problem is you want to keep playing.
Right.
So that's really
And it doesn't have the legs to go that deep.
No. Other small fast card games that do kind of are Star Realms, what was it, Shards of Infinity. Those are really small deck games that I feel like you can just keep playing because there's enough variety and interaction on how the cards work. But I think maybe because this is so focused on the mech style faction, there really are only so many ways that you can play and win the game.
Right.
So there's that. However, that's the only thing really.
Okay.
So who this is for? pretty much everybody.
Yeah.
I mean, if you don't like space.
Yeah.
I mean, really, if you don't like the theme.
Yeah, that would probably be it. Because it's good at the casual level,
Right.
family level, intermediate, gamer level. I mean, that
Even-
makes great fillers for them.
Right, and even hardcore gamers, this is a good one to start the day off, or just to have around for casual gamers, or end of night type of thing. You know, it's a good and small game, so it's easy to fit into your library.
Right.
Just like I said, the only downside is, I guess, if you really don't like the theme.
Right. Yeah, hate spaceships.
You hate spaceships. Well, it's not all spaceships, but yeah, it is space.
Mostly spaceships.
All right, then, our rating.
So, for our ratings, we each have 1d6 worth of ratings to give. 1 is low, 6 is high. We give a number, a reason why, add them together, and see what it rolled for us. Sarah, what did Cosmos Empires roll for you?
It rolled a 5. I really like this game. I love to play it. I mean, we played it on Board Game Arena. We could have just kept playing it on Board Game Arena, but I really wanted to have a physical copy, and I wanted to see how the expansion was going to work, because they haven't put that on Board Game Arena.
I might not.
And might not, because, well, you'll have to watch our expansion review to find out about that one. But as this is, I really enjoy it, and the only thing it's lacking is the variety to really be able to keep playing the game. I like a lot.
Right.
But as it is a great go-to, filler game to put in with all your other filler games.
Right. I gave it a 6.
Wow.
When it came down to it, my complaint was like what you said. It's a game that you want to play too much, but
Yeah.
you shouldn't.
Yeah.
And at the end of the day, I really thought about it. It's like, is that a complaint about a game? I mean, it can be if you only play the game once.
Right.
And there's like nothing else. Because there was was it 1969 or 19... That was the name of the game. It was 1956. It was a space game.
It was a space game, yeah. It was a year. I know
you play the game, and you had a great time, and you got to the end, and then you tried playing it again, and you realized it was the exact same experience.
Right, nothing changed.
Nothing at all changed.
It was too, yeah.
So it didn't even have a second play in it. This one does have a
true.
few plays into it before you start really feeling like, well, okay, I've now seen this. So it wasn't fair to me to say that was a complaint I felt.
That's true.
And so I just had a really great time, especially considering the form factor of this being such a small game and a small box and a small play style, or play time-wise.
Yes, short game.
And it give as much as it did.
That's a good point.
So that's why I gave it a 6.
Well, I'm still going to stick to a 5,
Yep.
also because there are still some graphic design issues that I think would really... The game would benefit even better if they'd put the text in a box to make it high contrast. High contrast is still an issue that a lot of indie designers, developers, or whatever, publishers have problems with.
Right.
So, yeah, I'm still at a 5.
All right, 11 out of 12.
Still highly recommend you get the game and or at least check it out on Board Game Arena. It's free to sign up. It's free to play this game. It's free to play a lot of games.
It's like on Reading Rainbow, but don't take my word for it.
Well, don't.
Right.
You can experience it if you just take some time and you're okay with digital playing.
Right. In fact, actually, for some people, that might be a preferred way because one of the tricky things, it's a small thing.
Yeah, and we didn't really talk about it.
Is for the game to end, someone has to hit a target production level.
Right.
I think it's 30 or 40.
It's 40? Oh,
no, it's 30. It's 30.
It's 30.
Yes, it's 30. Yeah, it's 40 for an expansion. So 30, and keeping track of what that total is. I wish you could do it on the D8s, but you can't.
Yeah.
Which is why you'd probably want a set of like percentile dice on the side. And even still, we were doing the math at the end. It's like, oh, how do we get that off? Anyway.
We were still off. So the nice thing about playing it on Board Game Arena is the computer tracks it for you and ends the game appropriately when it ends.
Right.
So that is the benefit of playing it digitally over this is because you have a much clearer view and you can see everybody's score.
Yeah.
So you can see when, somebody's getting close to 25, you're like, oh shoot, I'm only at 18. I need to catch up. Those kind of things. So that is one benefit of the playing on Board Game Arena.
Right. All right.
right.
And Sarah, I know
Yes.
I joked at you drinking Cosmos at the beginning of the game, but would you say this was a game that you can have drinks around and still play?
Yeah, the nice thing is even though there are card abilities, they're not overly complex.
Yeah.
And so I think this could be a game that you drink and relax with.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't know if I call it a true beer and pretzel type of game.
Well, especially since we talked about tracking all the production.
Yeah,
Math might get a little tough.
But if you're drinking, I don't know how to put
Socially?
this. Socially light, not like heavy drinking, I think you could definitely have an enjoyable evening with this game.
There you go.
There you go.
And we've been
Rolling with Reviews.
If you have any questions, comments, or concerns, you can reach out to us on the various social media platforms at
Rolling with Two, that's TWO. We're on Blue Sky, Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram. For Discord, we have a channel on Tabletop Express. Check the show notes for the invite link.
If you have time, check out the other content Nanaman has found for you, because remember, he's rolling with you.